Hey y'all, I'm back with another one, and first and foremost, we're gonna thank God. Thank God for another day, another chance to get it right, do better, learn, grow, heal, evolve, teach, take care of our children, take care of responsibilities, to treat ourselves better, learn ourselves, um, to do right by our Creator, Holy Spirit, higher power, the source, however you call your God, however you address your God. Um, let's stay humble, stay vigilant, stay strong mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, every type of way. Stay strong as best as you can. Um, it's been a while, y'all. It's probably been over a month since I made my last video. I've been wanting to say so much, yet had nothing to say at all. So what has recently occurred is like God giving me that confirmation, like, okay, it's time to talk, it's time to get on here, put out some content. So it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm 25 now. I'm getting up there, y'all. And it didn't go how I planned as far as emotionally. I'm not even worried about the physical aspect of it no more, because it is what it is. But emotionally, it didn't go how I planned. And I've been down. I've been in my head. I've been anxious. I've been hurting. But God is just so good. God is so good. And now I get into that, y'all. So I think the last couple of videos, last thing I told y'all was that I was sick. I was sick or something like that for the past month. I had got sick back to back. That started in April, I believe. March or April, one of them. But it was the first season, because I said the end of March, April is really the new year. So that started that first season. Now we here. We in the second season of the year, July. And baby, I'm still going through warfare. I'm thinking things are gonna lighten up, and that be the thing about life. Like, you really don't know when things are gonna turn for the better or when it's gonna start to hit. You never know. So I went through my season. I was sick as a dog, to the point where now I'm thinking something's physically wrong with me, but whole time it was just spiritually. They was attacking me, attacking my body, attacking my health. I fought that. I got through that. Cool. Now, people around me start going through heavy spiritual warfare. So now I'm cool. I'm not really being messed with, none of that. But it's like the people around me, very close people. So one of my siblings was being attacked heavily, to the point where she's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And I know a lot of us have felt that way. Didn't want to be here, whatever our situation was. So I did what I could in terms of that. I spoke to my sister. I let her know what it was that was going on. These spirits, she has a higher calling, so these spirits is trying to get in her head, play with her, destroy her, defeat her, and just make her feel this way. And then I share my experience on that I used to feel like that maybe 2-3 times as a teenager, as a child, whatever the case was. And I think she heard me, but people gonna hear you, but they still gonna go through it. And they gotta get through that with God, for real. So I'm just asking God, like, okay, Lord, what do you need me to do? Is there anything else that you need me to do that I may not be doing? And really, God let me know, like, I could step back. I ain't gotta play the front line with this, because it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me to handle. It was for my sibling and her parent. And that was tough. That was tough to stand back and watch them go through. But when I tell y'all, God is so good, they fought that fight and won, and then was blessed. And I said my siblings' parent, that's our parent. So I told my mama, I'm like, you know, it's a bigger blessing coming. I know it's a lot going on. I know this is hard for you. You ain't never been in this situation, but it's a bigger blessing coming out of this. So you just got to get through this. Keep your head held high. Figure out what you need to do with my little sibling in order to get them where they need to be. Get them back on track spiritually. You got to fight for your child. This was her time to fight for her child. And she did just that, and I'm very proud of her. She's just shown growth over the course of the last few years, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that, because we're going to always need our parents, and our parents are going to need us when it come down to it. So that was one battle. I ain't even titled this video, y'all. That's how, like, far gone I am. I ain't even far gone. I don't want to say that. It's just I'm all over the place because I'm still hurting. Please bear with me, though, y'all. All this gonna come together. Okay, so I was a part of that situation as far as helping my sibling. I allowed my sibling to come stay with me. I didn't care how long they wanted to stay. Stay with me. You want to live with me? Cool. It is what it is. God gonna work everything out. I ain't worried about it. So that was me acting as a servant of God. Now, one of my close friends was going through something, and it was real bad. It was to the point where I didn't know. I never seen her like this. I never heard her like this. Like, I just knew she was hurting. And she lived a little minute away from me. She lived a good hour away from me, and I just felt it in my heart that I had to take that trip. I had to take that trip to go see her. And how God worked, I just came at the right time, because I hadn't left out right away after I told her I was coming. I left out like a couple hours later. But them couple hours mattered, because God put me in front of her house at the right time. It was a lot going on. I ain't got to go into details about it. But at that moment, I kept my friend level-headed. That was my intention. Let me say that. My intention was to keep my friend level-headed, to keep my friend grounded, to explain to my friend what's going on. Like, you're being attacked right now, friend. You're being attacked and everybody's against you. And unfortunately, that's how the cards get played sometimes. And I know you're not in the wrong. I know you didn't do nothing wrong. But it's like the enemy is trying to switch it on you. And it was just a whole she just had God. I was talking to her. I was physically there talking to her. She on the phone with her people, godly people. They talking some sense into her and trying to get her back grounded as well. And it was a moment. So the situation ended up escalating after I left. However, I did my part. I played my part. It was genuine. It was from the heart. It was me acting as God's servant. Okay, cool. So now, my other friend, and he has just recently became a friend, and it's so crazy because I don't be trying to call people friends too quick, because you don't really know people. You don't know people's intentions, and I don't even play like that. But when I say how God had everything play out with me meeting him, not even meeting him, because we've been known each other for a year, but it was always, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Going about our business for the past year. So then he just decides to ask me for my number, and it just went from there. But we we're platonic. But he is a part of my soul tribe. Like, I could just tell. And he feel the same way about me. So now he's going, and it's, God, how God be working. It's like, it be, I don't even know the words, how God work, y'all. So literally a week of us talking, this man goes through something very traumatic in regards to his family, in regards to his ex-wife. And the first person he called is me. And in that moment, because I've been in a situation as a child, but being an ex-wife and an ex-husband, and your ex-wife go through this, and I don't really want to say I don't want to say what it is, but your ex-wife going through this, I don't feel like I had the authority. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like I had the authority to speak to him, but then God is like, no, I had him call you for a reason. You let me speak through you. You tell him what he needs to hear, and that's exactly what I did. I told him what was up. And he already knew. Like, at that point, he just needed reassurance. He just needed somebody to be there for him, and I was there for him. But going through something of that magnitude that he went through, baby, he would have lost his mind, or he would have killed somebody. He would have did something that would have changed his life for the worse, or put him on a path that God do not have him have in his have planned for him. I'm sorry. So now there's 3 people. Now there is 3 people that God has had me to help, and it felt great. Don't get me wrong, y'all. It felt amazing, because I know this is what God got me here for. This is what I love to do, and I'm glad I was able to make a difference, or at least help. It may have not solved the situation. The situation may not have been resolved, but I had a part to play, and it was God that was involved all the way. So I'm usually in high spirits, and I was in high spirits for them, all 3 of them, every time. And then, like, things just start going left for me. I lost out on bread. I lost out on some money, and that really, like, that blew me. Like, it blew me. It messed my head up. I brought anxiety on myself, because, okay, so I'm the person that I don't play with my money. I don't play with my money, because just 2 years ago, I had a newborn child, couldn't pay my rent, couldn't pay no bills, didn't have no Wi-Fi, phone cut off, by myself, isolated, and God used some of my family members to help me, churches, organizations, so on and so forth, the government to help me. I made a video on all that. I was in a very bad place, and I've never been there before financially. I've always had 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs and going to school at one point in time. I've been doing this since high school, working 2 jobs. I've always had money. I've always taken care of myself, been independent. So it's like, once I went through my isolation period, not having nothing, once God, like, humbled me and everything like that, God, I don't want to go back to that. I'm not going to do nothing to put myself back in that position. And I think that's just where losing my bread, that much money, like, that got to me. That took me back to that place. Like, I don't have time for that. I work too hard. And then I lose bread behind some females. I want to call them B words so bad, but I'm going to be respectful. I lost it behind females. So, funny thing is, I asked God to remove this certain female out of my life, because I do struggle removing people still. That is a struggle of mine. So when I do find myself in that situation where I know they got to get gone, but I'm not strong enough to find a way, I just ask God to remove them for me. So that's essentially what I had done. And God knows that I don't like my money to be played with. God knows you. So God had to use my money to help me let this individual go. I understand that. I get it. It don't take away the fact that I'm not hurt behind it. That's my money. But I get it, God. And another funny thing is, the person I was cool with has a friend, and God revealed to me who her friend is in a dream. And my dreams are always real, baby. And the friend, she's going through some things. She's not spiritually right. She's not okay. I don't want to talk down on her. I don't know her. I just know what God showed me in this dream. So pretty much God was like, don't deal with her. So I had stopped going outside with them. I stopped going outside with them, and I was just straight focused on working, getting my money, taking care of my child, taking care of myself, my household. And so this opportunity had came up, us going to Disney World with our children. And I'm asking God, like, God, is it okay that I go with them? Because I already know what you said, Lord, about the whole situation, about this person. And I felt as though God told me, yes, it's okay. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. Start booking what you got to book. We'll whop the bam. So that's exactly what I did. But I asked for confirmation, and I felt like I got that confirmation too. I felt that was God telling me yes, and it was. And this is why. God planned that exactly how God planned it, and it was executed exactly how it needed to be executed. So long story short, now one of them females was able to go on a trip with me and my child, along with their kids. It was just life. Life was happening. I mean, life was happening. Life happens. I get that. I wasn't mad about that. I was just mad at how the financial situation was handled as far as us getting our bread back. That was very irresponsible, I feel like, and I shouldn't have been so comfortable just sending money. You get what I'm saying? So that's on me. But like I said, God played it how God played it with my money, because God know that's the only way I'm gonna get rid of something. Not the only way, but one of the ways that I was gonna let this situation go. I don't never want to get into it with nobody over no bread. I don't never want to cut nobody off over no money. So I know that this was God's way of doing it. So I took it for what it was, and I'm like, okay, cool. So that's one of the things that I went through that blew me. So now I'm just, like I said, I'm anxious. I'm all over the place. I ended up losing some keys. Y'all know I work at the post office. It's a certain key that we have. And if it's lost, they already told us from jump, you lose this key, you lose your job. So I lost the key, but it was so weird how I lost it, y'all. Like, it didn't make no sense. Like, I subconsciously, you know, when you're doing something all the time, you just subconsciously start to do it. So my mind wasn't even at work for real, but I'm just, you know, I know what to do. I do the same stuff every day. So I look, and my key is not where I usually have it, but my little gas card is right there. So I'm like, this is so weird. Like, God, this is so weird. Like, I did not lose this key. This key is misplaced because I never used the key that day. So it got to be around here somewhere. So just I'm all in my head. I'm like, man, if this key don't get found, I'm finna lose my job, because that's what they said. But then I'm like, God, I really don't feel like it's my time here. I really don't. So I'm just in a battle with myself with this situation. This situation got me on edge. Then I'm thinking about my money. Like, how's this girl gonna give my money back? Is she gonna give my bread back? Like, that was really pissing me off. So I'm just all over the place now. And I can't even say that the people I've helped, my friends and my sibling, I can't even say that their energy rubbed off onto me, because I was cool. I was cool till my money was being played with. So that's how I know that I'm no longer taking in everybody else's emotional problems, because that's what I used to do, and I used to let that drain me. I'm no longer letting these situations drain me, but I'm just taking it for what it is and giving them my encouragement, giving them my love, giving them my energy, giving them God, while still being able to keep myself secure and safe and mentally intact. Okay, so baby, I was just so down, and everybody noticed, like I said, I be in high spirits. I've elevated. I'm in my crown chakra, so I'm just always in high spirits typically. So everybody noticing like I'm not myself. I'm all anxious and stuff like that. And so God had my neighbor. I seen her in passing. I was coming from work. Seen her in passing. She in a car. She on a church call. So I spoke to her and everything, and she asked me a question, and I answered it, but I was like, "Oh, you on the phone?" Because I didn't want to go no further and be rude. So she was like, "I'm coming up to your apartment. What's your number again?" And I agreed with her. I said, "Okay, cool." I told her what the number was. So I get upstairs and I'm like, man, I really don't want to be bothered. I just want to soak in my thoughts and figure this stuff out. I still hadn't found my key. It's still a possibility I could lose my job. And I'm still worried about my bread. And my birthday coming up, that's the bread I needed for my birthday. That's why I really was mad. I still would have been mad though, because like I said, I work hard for my money. Sorry y'all. So I'm like, I really don't want to be bothered, but God told me, God was like, you better not sabotage this. Let that lady come up here. Let her come up here. So I said, okay, Lord, you talking, you telling me, so I will not disobey. So she comes up about an hour later, and when I say I just asked her whatever questions I asked her, and she's just giving me clarity all the way, it was like it almost blew my mind. She prophesied over me. She told me some things that I already know, but it's still confirmation. She's telling me like the next steps I need to take in my life, which I know, and I just got to figure out. She's telling me don't be scared, because I still got a little fear in me, but I'm still that person that's going to move when God tells me to move. That's when I got to let that fear go. So it was just about me in that moment, and that's what I needed. And I just felt so bad, because I'm usually the person people come to and talk about whatever they got to talk about. And now here it is, God's child sitting in front of me, willing and able to listen and provide me answers by God though. It's not her, it's God. God's using her. So I see that, and I felt that, and I received it. So I told her this one situation, y'all. I told her this one situation I had, and when I sat down next to this person, my soul instantly started crying. Like my soul. I don't know if y'all ever felt that before, but my soul instantly started to cry. I was not able to cry physical tears. My soul. So I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what that was. And she told me, she was like, it's something. She was like, that's not your soul, that's your spirit. She said, it's something in that person's spirit that does not agree with yours. Baby, do you know how deep that hit me? I couldn't even say nothing. I'm still trying to grasp what she's telling me. She said there's something in their spirit that does not agree with yours. So in other words, it's a wrap. You're still trying to hold on to something that is dead. It's not there. There's love, but you are not in love. So you need to let go. That's what she told me, straight up. I said, yeah. I said, you right. You right. It's time to let go. And she like, did you take it to God? Did you ask God to deliver you from this? And I'm like, nah, like, I just knew this was something that I had to do. And I tried it, and I keep messing up. And that's one thing I'm hard on myself about. Like, when I know, my motto is, you know better, you do better. So if I know better, like, why am I still messing up? But I'm not perfect. We still gonna sin. We still gonna make mistakes. But she was like, that's why repentance is there. You repent and you do it wholeheartedly, and God will forgive you. But my thing was, okay, I do that, but what if I commit the same sin? Okay, God didn't say you was perfect. God didn't say you weren't gonna do it again. But in this moment, you're sorry. So let God know. So I'm like, okay. I definitely understand. So she tells me to go to God and ask God to deliver me from this. Cause like I said, I knew that I had to release myself from this. I ain't need to take it to God. Like, it's something I already know I need to do. She said, no, like, this last step, this is just one more step you gotta do. And once you do that, ask God for deliverance from it, baby, you finna open the door. You finna open the door. Cause you gotta be ready for what's coming for you. And yes, I know that. Gotta be ready. So she sat with me for a good hour and a half. She prayed over me, prayed over my life, prayed over my child, prayed over my future. I did the same over her. I asked God to protect her. And I didn't even know why I asked God to protect her. Me asking God to protect her was in a sense of me knowing, like, okay, this is a godly woman. She's valuable. She's a servant, and she's doing your work, Lord. Please protect her, because I know, things can come up to try to destroy her. So that's what I meant by it. Now catch this, y'all. She also prays peace over me. I took my deep breaths, and I watched the video, y'all. When you breathe, you want to inhale and let your stomach out, and then exhale, a deep exhale. That's a real breath. You do that a few times out the day. So I did that, but I did it quick, like, after she had put all that on me. And she was like, She said, do a deep breath. Do it slower. And I did it. I did a real breath. I did it about 3 times. She said, there you go. So she ended up leaving. And when I tell y'all, I had such a peaceful rest. I had let everything go. It was no anxiety on me no longer. I wasn't too concerned. I wasn't really thinking about the money. I wasn't thinking about the money at all. It was peace. So as I'm sleeping, like I tell y'all, God gives me dreams, baby. God gives me dreams. So I have a dream. It's 2 females, 2 black, I ain't even gonna call them women, 2 black demons. That's what they was. 2 black demons came up against me, y'all, and I ain't even got my wide tooth comb. Imagine a wide tooth comb, though, without the handle, just the wide tooth comb. Now imagine that being metal. This demon chick had 2 of them in her hand, and she's steady she's stabbing me. She's steady stabbing me in this part of my hand, like the side of my hand, because I'm blocking myself. I'm trying to grab the weapon from her. She's steady stabbing me in my hand, and that ain't doing nothing but pissing me off and giving me adrenaline. So I feel it, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So my mom was in a dream, and I'm like, Mom, come get her. Whatever I said. So my mama ended up coming in, and she's able to hold the girl. She held her wrist or something, and I was afraid the girl was gonna try to stab my mama, because now it's over with. But I don't think she came for my mama, but so my mama's holding her though, right? And it was like some jars, jars for your hair, like some jam or some gel. So I'm just thinking fast. I see it, I grab it. The top come off. Cause my intention is to bust this female, you know what I'm saying, against her head with it. The top come off, I can't even get her. Then I see a second jar. I grab that. The top come off, I can't even get her. So I stop. And I'm like, God, I start crying. I'm like, God, why won't you let me get this B word? That's what I said. Because I noticed I wasn't able to hurt her. And it was pissing me off. So then the second girl, I recognized her. And I don't think she got nothing against me. I don't even take it that serious. But for whatever reason, the enemy used her. And I'm talking to her. I'm like, what's to you? Why is you listening to the other female? Why is you listening to her? Like, you not really against me. Why are you trying to come for me? What's wrong with you? I'm literally crying. Like, I'm sitting on top of this girl. I'm holding her back. She looking like a straight demon with spirits all in her. She not even hearing what I'm saying. She's so far gone. Like, she is not herself. These entities have taken over her vessel. She's steady trying to fight me. And that's all I remember of the dream, y'all. And when I tell you, I woke up and I was just distraught. I woke up distraught, but I'm like, all right, I'm trying to figure the dream out. I get myself together. I got to go to work. Get myself together. And why, y'all? Why did I see like some type of mark on my wrist? Now, I told y'all that demon was stabbing me in my hands. I seen the mark on my wrist. I think I'm going to just include a picture. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to include the picture, y'all. But literally a stab or whatever. I don't know. But my skin was like, I'll show y'all. Don't even worry about it. Because I can't explain it. I cannot. But I woke up and I said, hold on. I said, hold on. Because I wear my watch on this wrist. And I said, no, Erin, you took your watch off before you went to sleep and you put it on the charger. This was not there before you took that watch off. Because of course I would have seen it. I'm taking my watch off my wrist. I would have seen that night. It was nothing on my wrist, y'all. I couldn't do nothing but start crying. Because now the spiritual is manifesting into the physical at the same time. Now I'm just completely out of it. I go to work. I'm all over the place. I'm crying at work. I'm trying to catch myself because people still trying to talk to me and laugh and stuff like that. Not even knowing like I'm going through what I'm going through and I'm not okay right now. I'm trying to steady get myself together. I'm trying to figure it out as I'm doing my job. I'm just all over the place. All over the place, y'all. So this is when, and I was trying to fast. I'm like, okay, we're not eating today. I can't because now I'm being attacked. So I'm walking all these blocks, not eating, just drinking my little water. I'm listening to my gospel. I'm turning my gospel off because I need to hear God right now. Like, God, what is going on? What's going on? I'm like, God, I ain't even mad about the money no more. Like, I'm letting that go. It's over with. I can't even be mad about that. Lord, what's going on now? These people literally, not people, excuse me. These entities, these demons are literally trying to attack. They're attacking me. They're trying to kill me. And this ain't the first time I told y'all this. I told y'all this last season. Last season, I told y'all this. This ain't the first time they've tried to kill me. And it's not going to be the last. But, and I said this in that video. I said it was because the other video, y'all, my experience was the fact that I went into spirit. I explained to y'all how it was dark. But it wasn't like a scary feeling or nothing like that. It was peace. I was in dark. And I prayed over my mother, or prayed for my mother. I prayed for my coworker because they was going through very heavy spiritual warfare. And when I woke up and talked to them the next day, they were in high spirits. So my prayer My prayer worked. Because they had just been so down and out. And now all of a sudden they in high spirits. That was the God in me. My prayer worked. That was me putting energy into it. That energy worked. And that's why I was attacked. My cousin had a dream. She warned me that something was going to happen. And God didn't let the person attack me, but that's what the intent was. I went through that. That messed me up mentally. And I said in that video, I was like, I'm helping people. I'm putting my energy into others to keep them afloat. And that's why this happened. But I'm not really thinking this is what it is, y'all. This is what it is. This is who I am. Because I just be helping people. Like, I don't help every single body. I don't help every time somebody asks me to help, because now I take it to God. I'm not God, so I can't save nobody. So I do for people when either my heart tells me like, yeah, you have to help them. This is a situation you have to, or God tells me. But if it's something little and you just complaining to me about something and da 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 woo woo, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't feel bad about that. That's how you got to move out here. To protect your energy. To protect your finances. To protect your heart. To protect your mind. Your spiritual. So, every time this has happened every season. It's probably going to happen 2 more times at least this year. But you know what? Now I'm going to be prepared. And you know why? Because I know why they attacking me. So now, as I pay attention to my life and what I'm doing for others, as I help these people, I'm going to mentally prepare to be attacked. Because these last 2 times, I was not prepared. And it mentally messed me up. It's not going to break me. I'm too strong for that. And I know that. It's not going to break me. But when this stuff happens, it puts me in a mental bind, I want to say. It puts me in, it definitely brings me down as far as my vibration. It definitely do that. So now I know, like, okay, Erin, when you're doing for people spiritually, energetically, be aware of what's to come. And I'm also about to receive some blessings. So I know this is a part of the reason why I'm being attacked. So after that attack, I had went to my co-workers. One of my co-workers, he's an older cat, a very wise man, tapped in with God all the way. When I tell you he in that building, what's the word? Glowing, y'all. Glistening, the glow of God every single day. I ain't never seen that in my life. Baby, I had to call him. I said, look, I'm being attacked. I said, they attacking me, they trying to kill me. That's all I said. That's all I said to him. And what he told me was, okay, that's what they tried to do to Jesus.